Hey, what is up everyone? Really exciting day here in Sea of Thieves, and we got our very first adventure. So, if you don't know what these are, I'm going to go through a little rundown to explain it, and then I'll talk about what you need to know about this specific adventure. So, adventures are episodic chapters of a story-driven gameplay. Think something similar to like how in Fortnite there's like a ongoing story throughout like all the different events. This is kind of like that, but this is going to be more direct. So we've had story and lore given through us like through little Easter eggs in the world, and the main way is through tall tales. This is kind of similar to a tall tale, but they're going to be limited time events. Kind of like if you remember when we had the Hungering Deep event, when that was like very early on in the Sea of Thieves. So many of you may not have gotten a chance to play that, but if you did, then you know what I'm talking about. Basically, these new adventures are going to last for like 2 to 3 weeks, and they will play a major part in the Sea of Thieves story, but also in the world of Sea of Thieves. So these new adventures are not going to be like you're reading a tall tale book or whatever. They're going to have like animated characters talking to you. There's going to be voice acting. It's going to be really good from what we've seen so far and what they have told us. And the little bit that I've seen of just like playing it a bit looks really great to me, and we're definitely going to be streaming that later. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but definitely tomorrow if not, and we'll have a guide for that whenever I do get to play it, so keep a lookout for that in the future. So these adventures are going to be the main driving force of new content going into the game. As the story advances, it will bring new features into the upcoming seasons. So the upcoming Season 6 is going to have new sea forts. That ties into what's happening in this first adventure. So you can kind of expect how the story progresses that new features like that will be added in. And that's really cool, because before it was kind of just like more random stuff was added in. There was loose connections to lore, but for the most part not really. There will be a new adventure each month in the game, starting with this month. And you can basically expect them to act in like a 3-part act. That's basically what I've gotten from what Rare has told us. And it's not going to be like you do one adventure and then you have the whole story completed and then it's going to be a new one the next time. This is going to be an ongoing thing where it keeps building on top of each other. The way I would assume is that we kind of have a climax at the end of each season, and that will bring us to the next part, like say the next chapter of the story for the season following. So like I said before, each adventure is going to last for about 2 to 3 weeks, so you need to make sure that you play it if you want to experience this. And I highly recommend you do, so that you can kind of follow along with the story, but also because there's rewards attached to these. So they have these things that they're calling mementos, and it's basically just like a single cosmetic reward that will like just show that you did this event and you can, use it. Kind of similar to how we have like rewards connected to tall tales, but with this, once the adventure's over, you can't get it anymore. So if you're someone that likes to have a full collection of stuff, make sure you play every one of these adventures. Shouldn't be too hard. It's only once a month, so I'm pretty excited for getting new cosmetics like that. They also are adding, along with the adventures, mysteries. I don't really want to talk about that in this video just because I feel like it'd be better to hold off that conversation for when we get our first mystery, and I can talk more in depth about it. So let's go ahead and look at what adventure we're starting off today. So Shrouded Islands is our first adventure that we got today, and the biggest thing that's happened is Golden Sands is completely destroyed and it's in ruins, and all the people there are gone and missing. We don't really know what happened. Captain Flameheart has ominously retreated, so there's no more world event for him. And we also have fog that's been enshrouding several islands along with Golden Sands. When you first spawn into the game, Lorena will urge you to go to Golden Sands and figure out what's happening. So the way you need to start this adventure, it's not something that you just go to Golden Sands and it starts automatically. You have to, when you spawn in, go talk to Lorena, try to get your attention anyways. And then if you want to do it, there will be an option in one of her dialogue options that you can choose to select and start the adventure. So after selecting the dialogue option, you'll be brought into the little cinematic where she starts talking to you about what's going on, and then you'll be sent off to Golden Sands Outpost, and you're going to need to look for a compass. This compass will lead you to the next spot where you need to go to. And I'm not going to get too much into spoilers, that's what we're going to use the guide for later on, so don't worry about that. But I do know that this compass is a little bit difficult to find if you're not sure where to look, so if you don't want to know, you can pause this and like skip ahead real quick. But the compass can be found inside the tavern, and it's on one of the tables. Not too hard to find if you know where to look, and that should help out if you get stuck. But that's all I have for this video. Definitely check out the live stream when we have it of us playing through this adventure. It's going to be my first time. I haven't played through it except for finding the compass for y'all, and I'm really excited for it. Let me know in the comments below when you do this if you enjoyed the adventure and if you think this is a good way for Sea of Thieves to do monthly content. I believe this is going to replace like our events that we used to have in the past, which I'm excited about, because if you've seen my videos from the past year, you know I was pretty disappointed by most of the monthly events, and this seems like the right direction for me. I think it will be a nice consistent flow of content for us, because usually towards the end of the season it starts getting a little stale, but now with this we're having monthly content and along with the season system, so it's almost like I'm merging of the two. I'm really excited for this. I hope y'all are too, and if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you left a like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all.